What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to tell you real quick, thank you so much for watching the videos. And some of the episodes that I'm going to be releasing is actually the build timeline to SEMA. As you can see behind me, the Mustang is in the garage and completed. This is obviously, pretty much December. But I wanted to show you the process of putting the car together. So everything that we've filmed and documented will be put into upcoming video releases. I'm going to edit them and try to put them together as much as we can. Some of the content will just be jumbled together between the Mustang and Steve's EK and Huey's Genesis Coupe. A lot of stuff was going on and it became just one giant blur for myself. But again, thank you so much for watching the videos. Really do appreciate it. That's coming from myself and Steve, Sid, and everybody at M2. So thanks again. And yeah, enjoy the content. Hey everyone, really excited to show you one of the projects we're working on for this year's SEMA show. We just received the car from transport and I wanted to show you what it is. But before I do that, if you could do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button and leave some comments down below on what you think of the new project. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're doing a merch giveaway. So once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna get lots of merch to everybody there, and all the information on how to win merch is in the links in the description below. So without further ado, I want to show you the M2 motoring project for this year. This is the 2021 Ford Mustang GT. Just received this from delivery and transport. And I haven't really had a chance to spend much time with the car yet, but I am very excited to start working on this. In terms of what the plan is can't reveal it to you yet, but you'll see in the upcoming episodes. But I'm definitely excited to put this together week by week, and I will be documenting it all obviously for you. So this project is a very interesting one, and I'll explain some of the details later. And helping me with the project as always is...
What's going on, guys?
Steve. So we've been working on the Civic and working on this and a few other cars also. So yeah, definitely look forward to getting this done. Before then, we're gonna just do some driving impressions. I'm gonna, show you some of the interior and some of the details on this car. So this is the Mustang GT, obviously in black. It is the performance package. So it comes with, optional 19-inch wheels. Those aren't obviously gonna stay, they're gonna change. Comes with the upgraded Brembo brakes for this package, which is really nice. Has a couple other features and options too. Additionally, with this car from the factory, as a factory option, it does have the active exhaust, which does different exhaust notes depending on when you change it from normal to sport and all that. Here's the engine bay of the Mustang. It's the 5.0. This definitely is not going to stay stock for long. Well, we're doing it, like I said, show you in future episodes. We have some parts ordered up and looking forward to getting everything in so we could begin on this project. I'm really excited. As you know, previously I worked on the previous generation Mustang. I had a 2014 Mustang that I worked on for SEMA also, and this car is going to be kind of on the opposite end of what I did with that car. So, but I'm really excited, so we'll see how it goes. For the trunk area, it's more or less almost the same as the previous generation Mustang, but no spare, and there's the tire repair and inflator kit, which is pretty cool. Weight saving for a sports car. It's the new thing nowadays. Looks like I have the front plate bracket and bolt here. Obviously not going to use that. Just going to close the trunk. We just washed the car, so there's water dripping everywhere, but no big deal. Overall, I like the new taillight design of the new Mustang compared to the old one. Both were nice. This is, the progression of. Cool little details on the headlight. You can see the pony badge in the headlight.
Nice little touches and details. The car has a factory front splitter. Let's go ahead and check out the interior real quick. So this is where, in terms of progression in time and design, I really like where Ford's coming along. Is the interior compared to the previous generation has improved immensely. The steering wheel and everything obviously has all the tech features and controls on this car. You know, your audio, your interface, the head unit, the stereo, and you know, they've put some nice little touches of giving it more of a sporty vibe. The dash they did a little bit more with. I remember on my previous Mustang it was pretty plain. Here it is an oil pressure gauge and a vac gauge. But on the door panels and all that, they've really put a lot of attention and focus on some of the details. Before, I remember on my previous Mustang, I think you remember, Steve, it was pretty, I wouldn't say boring, but it's pretty simple.
Pretty standard.
Pretty simple. This one is a little bit more detail, has, you know, some stitch work, has a little bit more shapes and contours to give the car a little bit more life and a little bit, you know, contrast pieces and all that. The nice part I like is there's a tweeter on the A-pillar, looks like a mid-range, and 6.5 here, so I could upgrade the stereo with a full 3-way and everything should go in its place and it should be pretty cool. The dash has some textured interior, or not textured, but a design pattern. Has a Mustang logo here. And yeah, the seats itself are pretty standard, similar to the previous gen. The shape's a little different. I noticed the rear quarter interior is almost identical to the previous generation. Same with the shape of the A pillars and, you know, or A, B, and C pillars on how the interior is laid out, but that's perfectly fine. I like it. And I'm gonna go ahead and start the car so I can show you some of the menus. I'm gonna go ahead and go in accessory mode with the car so you can see how the startup of the screen is. The car has a lot of cool tech features. Has, you know, obviously the backup camera and, you know, your safety standard features, but it has, you know, Bluetooth and everything else now, so really neat. Gauges and everything. Really like the innovation and the progression of how this has all worked out for Ford and how they put it all together. I really do like it. There's accent LED lighting in here, and obviously right now it's blue. I believe you can change it. I haven't really, this is my first time driving the car, and all I've done was go to the car wash, self-wash, wash it myself, and then now bring it here to do some film. So I haven't really had a chance to play with the car yet, but I know there's, in terms of the performance aspect, which is the part we care more about, is there's a line lock feature. There is line lock, drag and launch, and different settings for the active exhaust and a couple other things. It's really cool, so can't wait to really spend a little bit more time playing around with it. So the cool part with the Mustang is it actually has a start-stop button here instead of here, you know, where most cars are. So more sporty, has different options. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car right now. Has a nice V8. Let me close the door so we don't get that ding. So different options here on the dash. Obviously you have track off, and then this is a you can adjust steering feel. It goes between normal, comfort, and sport. I'll show you here. Here you have traction off, traction on. You turn it off. Traction's back on. Do launch control and everything else. Really cool features with the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it on its first drive. Oh yeah, sorry, there's also some drive modes. There's normal, sport, track. Obviously it wants me to use the manual to go through and how to set it up. Drag mode, and then there's also snow wet when it's wet outside, so, or snowing. So really cool. Ford's put a lot of time and effort into making this, using technology and everything, and integrating the Mustang, which I'm really excited about. Get back to normal. So we're gonna go ahead and go for a first test drive and get my impressions on actually like getting on a little bit. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be speeding or doing anything dumb. It's just, obviously I gotta get this car done for SEMA, so that is important. But I'm gonna, you know, have a little fun with it. But one more time before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera behind the exhaust and let you hear what it sounds like on startup.
So we're at the back of the car right now. We're gonna give you guys a sound of the exhaust clip. So this exhaust is a performance upgrade directly from Ford, and on this particular car you can also switch between a couple different exhaust tones. There's a quiet tone, which is nice because, you know, on a cold start you don't have to worry about waking up the kids or waking up your neighbors. And there's also a normal, sport, and track exhaust mode, because on this particular exhaust it has a valve, electronic valve. So let's go ahead and hear what this sounds like on I believe it's normal or sport mode. So it sounds pretty good, guys. And we'll give you guys a quick preview of what it sounds like on quiet mode, so you don't wake your neighbors and piss everybody off in the morning. So you see there, Mike switched it over to the quiet mode, and it's fairly significant. So he's gonna put it back on sport mode, and we'll get another listen right now. You can hear the exhaust, the valve. All right, now we got that out of the way. Let's take this thing for a spin. Got Mike behind the wheel. We're gonna take this for a quick test drive, quick spin.
Pray for us, we're about to go all out. Just kidding.
Oh, it's got some nice pull.
This is a cul-de-sac, so.
And drift.
Nah.
No.
We're responsible.
Being responsible.
But you can see tire tracks on the floor here, so on the ground here, so you know somebody's been playing around.
So it's got a nice pull, you know, obviously to be expected with the V8. Nice exhaust tones inside the car.
Definitely sounds good. Even stock, not a whole, sorry, it's not a whole lot of body roll, which is nice. It's pretty balanced. Smooth, the clutch, it's a little different than the other cars that I currently own, so it took me a minute to adjust, but overall I do enjoy the driving and dynamic and feel of this car just even right out from the factory. So I'm really excited to see what we can do to this and how we can improve and make this an even better car. And that's the whole point of modifying your car. Although we tend to go overboard at times, this car I do have a couple of key points that I do want to hit, and I'll go over that in a later episode. Go right?
Yeah.
Overall ride quality, factory, pretty smooth. There is a suspension adjustment setting in the car, but I haven't played around with it too much, like I said earlier. Yeah, this is really nice. It's got that beautiful Brody V8 sound. Loving it.
Oh, one nice feature on this is actually it rev matches for you on the downshift.
Trying to find it.
The pretty cool feature.
settings here.
I believe you can turn it on and off.
If I can find it. Oh, there it is. Oops, not that one. I don't want to do right now. Perfect. So right now we're in fourth gear. It did it by itself. If you heard that, I'll go back down into fourth. Just cruising along. I'll shift up to third. And I haven't even pressed the gas yet. I just have my foot on the clutch and it just downshifts. Drop into second.
Yeah, rev match is the rev match is really smooth. So kudos to Ford on that. And I guess from the passenger side, ride quality is pretty good. It's comfortable. You can feel the rigidity of the frame. Suspension is I wouldn't say stiff because, you know, we're accustomed to coilovers and upgraded suspension, but for a stock car,
Wow, that's quick. Sorry, that was quick.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick pull right there. As far as for a stock car, ride quality is pretty good, perfectly fine for daily driving, but at the same time, quite sporty as far as suspension rebound and handling on this car. And there you can hear that rev match right there.
But I will shut that off. It's fun, but I'm getting old and it gets to be a little bit much, especially when you're street driving. I know some people like to sit there rev match and rev, and I'm not about that. I'm just the guy that likes to cruise, so I just shut it off right now just so you can hear the difference. But the rev match feature is really neat if you're on a road course or having some spirited driving. I definitely do like it. I like this. This car is really cool.
We have noticed that on lower RPMs it kind of rev matches for you. I think it would be just better if it rev matched during higher RPMs when, you know, you're doing some spirited driving, as Mike mentioned. But as far as for just daily driving on low RPMs, it should be an option where you can switch off. But maybe there is. We haven't really played around too much with it, and you know, we haven't really looked at the owner's manual yet because we're guys. We don't need to look up instructions for anything.
There's an owner's manual?
And actually, one pretty cool function we saw was right here in the glove box. There's actually a little compartment just for the owner's manual. And there it is. So you still get to utilize the entire space in the glove box. It's not taken up by the entire owner's manual. Got the Navi on here. I love the new touchscreen setup compared to what we had in the previous Mustang.
There's been a lot of innovation and upgrades, which I really do like. There's a lot of, you know, obviously safety features and all that, which I don't really want to get into because you can honestly just go on Ford's website and get all that. But really like how all the modern tech is in this car while still keeping its essence of a performance car. So this is really nice.
This is a pretty cool bonus right here. We have a home link system built into the visor, so that's a nice little feature, nice touch. If you look at the dash, it has a lot of accents on here that we didn't expect. It looks like a stitching here across the dash. Same over there, and also down here on the towards the center console. A lot of little details.
feel just great. It fits my size perfectly. So I'm, 6 feet, 215 pounds. The width of the seat, everything, the bolsters, everything contours really well. Previous Mustang, I believe it's similar seat design, so really nice. This package that I got with the Mustang, this is all leather. Things are going to change obviously, but for factory, I do like this. It's nice, comfortable. You could go on. I could see why a lot of people are highly reviewing this car with very good, reviews and all that. I know a couple other YouTubers that have had these as rentals and loaner cars, and once they drive it, they're like, wow, this is right out the box. It's been a really good car. And I've always been a muscle car fanatic too, along with my passion for like Mercedes and pretty much all cars. So this checks a lot of the boxes that I'd look for in a car if I were looking to buy one. So it's, just my honest opinion on it. I had one Mustang before and I really liked it, but due to life circumstances, I had to let it go. So this is kind of like the return of another one. So I'm pretty excited.
And this is a pretty cool feature here. So this car is equipped with heated and cooling seats. So
this stays on permanently.
We're in California right now. It's 11 a.m. and it's 80 degrees, so it's pretty warm, and we both have the seat coolers set on number 1 and definitely feel the difference, and it's pretty cool. And for all you East Coast guys, of course, the seat heater for those cold winter mornings.
I hope everybody enjoyed the overall overview of our new project for the SEMA this year. Definitely do appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. Definitely do appreciate it. And until that next time, see you on the next episode.
Alright guys, please like and subscribe.